What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Anfernee, and let's talk about how to make a little bit of money, but specifically how to make money if you are a teenager in 2022. You see, last month I talked about how to build wealth in your teens and how to generate passive income. However, I thought it'd be a good idea to actually give you some jobs that you can start in 2022 that you don't have to need any special requirements to start making money at. I know when I was a teenager personally, I was wishing I could make a little bit of extra money doing anything. I had all the time in the world. I just didn't know what opportunities were out there in terms of me making money. So I want to give you 8 side hustles that you can start today. So this first way that you can make money as a teenager may not be the absolute most popular, but it's definitely going to be the method that makes you the most money in the shortest period of time. And that method is simply going to be working retail. And this is not going to be a video talking about get a job and just go to work. That way you can make some money. But I do honestly think that if you're just getting started out, actually working retail or actually working in any job environment at all would make you the most money in the shortest period of time. When I was a teenager at 15, I wish I would have started working at a Dollar General or at a Walmart so I could have more money saved up then and more money invested so that it could have grown to a larger amount today. A lot of the other side hustles that I'm going to talk about in this video are things that you have to build up. A few of them won't make money immediately, but over time they can make thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, but you absolutely have to start at ground zero before you can build that up. So if you do absolutely need money today, then working retail will be a great option to gain some consistent income while you work on building some of the other side hustles mentioned in this video. And moving on to the next side hustle, this one was one of my favorites in college. I made a few videos about this one in the past and I mentioned it on the channel every now and then, but the next side hustle that you can start as a teenager is flipping phones, or flipping iPhones specifically. In this day and age where a new iPhone is coming out every single year and everyone is either upgrading to a new phone and keeping their old phone or just trading their phone in, there's a lot of times where people have an old but usable iPhone and they just don't know what to do with it. So in this situation, it is possible to create a business model around buying and reselling iPhones for people who've upgraded to newer phones and then selling those phones to other people at a higher price. Let me explain how this worked for my specific situation. When I was in college, I lived in a mid-sized town, nothing too large like Atlanta, Georgia, but nothing too small either. And in this town, I used websites like Facebook Marketplace, Letgo, and OfferUp in order to buy used iPhones that I could resell at a higher price. The reason why I would go to OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace to buy the phones is because I had a little bit more negotiating power on these websites. If you buy a phone on eBay, you may have that buyer protection. However, eBay tells the seller about how much their phone is worth, and there's also 1,000 other listings around that same price, so you won't really be able to negotiate a price much lower than what they listed it for. However, on Facebook Marketplace, if someone listed an iPhone 8 for $500, and if I was a fairly good negotiator, I could negotiate that price down to $300 or maybe even $250, get an immediate 50% discount so that when I do go and purchase that phone, I could then go list it on eBay for the $500 or $600 that the phone was originally worth. And you may be asking, why won't the people that I buy it from list their own device on eBay in the first place? And honestly, I don't have a perfect answer for you there. I just think it's more convenient for them to list it on Facebook Marketplace if they choose to. However, I'm not complaining. So if you do want to start a side hustle by flipping iPhones, the first thing that you need is a couple $100s in order to buy some phones in the first place. I would say you need at least $100, but $300 should give you a good cushion where you can start your inventory flowing into you. And if I was to go back and start flipping iPhone today, I would try to start with iPhone 6 and 6 Plus and work my way up to the iPhone X, then the iPhone 11 and 13s and all of those phones. But I would start with those cheaper used phones because there's more of them, and that way there'll be much less competition. And my bread and butter when flipping iPhones was to buy cracked used iPhones that still work, and then I would repair the screens myself using a kit from Amazon and then sell the repaired phone on eBay. That way when I bought a cracked phone, I would have a little bit more negotiating power so that I can negotiate the price down even further and I would make a larger profit on that. But now let's move on to something that doesn't take a lot of skill, but rather just a little bit of equipment to get started. And this next side hustle that you can start as a teen in 2022 is mowing lawns. Now I mentioned this in one of my previous videos and I actually did this as a challenge a while back, but I was honestly surprised with how many people would agree to let me mow the lawns just because I walked up and knocked on their door. So what I was doing, I was trying to make a little bit of money by mowing yards. I just put my regular push lawnmower in the back of my car. It wasn't anything special. It didn't even have a grass catcher on the back. And I went around the neighborhood and knocked on doors that I saw had a slightly overgrown lawn. Now what I would try to avoid is the lawns that look perfectly manicured. Even though they were overgrown, you could tell that they had been maintained properly. There were no weeds in their yards at all. You could tell who really and truly cared about their yards. So what I would hone in on personally is the yards that look slightly sloppier but still not completely neglected, because I understood that I was not a professional and I didn't want to live up to the expectations of maintaining a professional's work. I wanted someone who didn't mind letting an 18-year-old kid do his best in order to make their yard look decent. Now obviously I actually did my best to make the yard look as good as possible. However, I knew, and I'm pretty sure the customer knew, that it wouldn't be absolutely perfect. And if you decided you wanted to do this for yourself as well in 2022, the only thing that you really would need is a lawnmower, of course, and then a way to get around a neighborhood in order to purchase gas and in order order to get to different lawns. Typically, you can charge anywhere from $25 to $50 a lawn depending on your area, and if you charge $50 a lawn, you will only have to get 2 people a day to say yes in order to make $100 a day. When I was mowing the lawn for one day, I got about 8 people to say yes in one day. So if it takes you 30 minutes to mow a yard, you could be making $100 an hour if you can get only 2 people to say yes. However, moving on to the next side hustle that you can start in your teenage years, this is going to be one of those specifically made for people who are creative or who just like to type a lot. And this next side hustle is going to be blogging on Medium. Now, blogging on the website medium.com is a little bit of an underrated way to make money in 2022. It's not really talked about all that often, but from some of the YouTube videos I've watched, you can consistently make $1,000 a month, upwards to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, simply by posting blog posts on Medium. And these blog posts don't have to be about anything in particular. They could be about celebrity news. They could be talking about certain skill sets that you have that you want to share with the world. It is very easy to get started, to get signed up, and to start making money. And what I love most about the idea of getting started on Medium is that you don't need a large audience in order to get started. Medium.com has its own algorithm. So what it would do is that when you post an article, it will test out your article to see if it's interesting to a small group of people. If most of those people in that initial group find the article interesting, it would then expose that article to more people, and then more people, until it has essentially gone viral or until it thinks that no one else is interested in it. And this basically means that regardless of your audience, if you post good quality content, you have a good chance of making a large sum of money on Medium in your teenage years just by typing on your laptop. Now, this next side hustle is still geared towards teenagers, but you do have to be a little bit older, 18 in fact, to qualify for it. And this next simple side hustle that can make you a lot of money in 2022 as a teenager is actually by selling your notes online. So if you're someone who types great notes or you even have great handwriting, you can actually sell your notes online on this website called studypool.com. However, this is not the only website that you can sell your notes on. And what I love about being able to sell your notes is that it's basically passive income, because this money comes from work that you've already done or work that you would have done regardless. This type of side hustle is really effective on the undergraduate collegiate level. This means that if you're 17 or 18 or even 19 going into college and you have to take a lot of those general classes before you get into your major classes, such as history, literature, a lot of those basic foundational classes that almost every single person going to college has to take, you can then take great notes for those classes and sell them on these websites to other people taking those same classes. And I also think that this is a good side hustle personally because it incentivizes you to take great notes. And by taking great notes, you'll likely get better grades in school. And to me, that's a win-win. Also, if you take any AP classes in high school, you can sell your notes for those classes as well and make some pretty good money. And now I want to move on to one of my all-time favorite side hustles, and the one you're actually watching right now. And this next side hustle you can start as a teenager is a vlogging channel. Now, I honestly can't count on my hand how many times I've met a person that had some unique talent or just some unique ability that they posted on TikTok or something and it went absolutely viral. It seems like the simplest things in 2022 or in this generation in general goes viral for whatever reason. So in 2022, if you wanted to make some passive income, you should absolutely hop on YouTube and create a vlogging channel, or just create any kind of social media content that you want in order to start monetizing your life. You're going to be living your life anyway, so you might as well make some money from it by recording it and putting it on the internet. And if you're a person who's not into long form content like 10-minute sit down videos and you just don't want to record those type of videos, you can make a good chunk of change by recording YouTube shorts and posting those to TikTok, Snapchat Spotlight, and Instagram Reels, and quadruple monetizing one 10-second video. I have a short channel linked in the description below, and on that short channel I got about 10,000 views in the first 2 or 3 days just from reposting my old TikToks. So in 2022, it's absolutely not too late to start a YouTube channel. It's for sure not too late to get started on TikTok. So if you are wanting to make some extra money and you are really extroverted, then I think that this may be a really good option. One of the things that can help you grow a little bit faster than usual on YouTube is start off watching videos about how to create good thumbnails. Watch some videos about how to create engaging titles, how to appear in YouTube search, so that you're not learning these things on the back end after you put in a whole bunch of work in all of your videos and you wonder why they're not doing all that well. There are a ton of channels out there that focus specifically on YouTube growth and YouTube SEO. So if you are considering getting started in that vlogging atmosphere, then that is definitely the place that I would go if it were me. And rounding out this list of ways you can make money as a teenager in 2022, it would be signing up to Fiverr and editing videos for YouTubers. Now, you don't necessarily have to edit videos on Fiverr, but I do think that signing up to Fiverr and doing anything that you are good at for other people is a great way to make money. I say editing videos because there are a ton of small YouTubers out there who are looking for talented individuals to edit their videos at a fair price. And all you need to know about editing videos can be learned from other YouTube channels where you can get started making quality content for people in a very short period of time. Now, this side hustle can range from $25 a video upwards to $200 to $250 per video, depending on the reach of the creator and how expansive your skill set is. And overall, just browsing Fiverr will give you a great idea of what other things that you can offer. You can offer to write resumes for people as a side hustle. You can do so many things in a digital format. And the great thing about this is that you typically don't need to leave your own going home in order to complete these requests. Now, this eighth and final way that you can make money as a teenager in 2022 probably won't actually make you money today, but let me explain why you should still consider it. And this eighth side hustle is actually interning at companies in career fields that you're interested in. So the reason why I say that this side hustle may not make you money immediately is because most internships are not paid, and if they are paid, they are not actually paid very well. However, this will actually make you money because if you're considering going to college, by interning as a teenager or by interning in high school, you will already have a better understanding of what kind of jobs you like and what kind of jobs you don't like and what majors you should avoid in college. So if you got a job as an intern at an accounting agency and you thought you wanted to be an accountant and you wanted to major in that in college, and once you did accounting for 2 or 3 weeks, you realized it wasn't for you, imagine how much money you can save in college and how much time you can save by not pursuing an accounting degree and then switching from that midway through it to go to something else. However, even if you didn't want to go to college, being an intern can make you a lot of money because it can teach you a lot of valuable skills that you wouldn't learn if you were only on the outside looking in. Imagine if you wanted to be a real estate investor or a real estate developer. You don't necessarily need a college degree to do that. However, you do need a good set of connections and a good source of funding in order to get your projects built. So if you intern at a real estate development company, you may get some high net worth individuals walking past your desk every day that are willing to help you jumpstart your real estate investing career because they see you as a young and motivated individual. So in this sense, this side hustle is not necessarily about the money, but it's more about the connections and the education that you can gain just from branching out and offering your services to different people, even if they don't necessarily pay you for it. However, the big thing about all of these side hustles in this video is that you should have an open mind even as a teenager because there are so many options out there for you to make money. You do not have to sit back and just wait for life to give you whatever it wants to give you. You can go out and get what you're worth and then go get plenty more than that. If you found any kind of value in this video, don't forget to smash the like button for your boy. Also, I made a couple other videos about how to build wealth in your teens and how to generate passive income in your teens that will be linked in the description below, so don't forget to check those out as well. And also, if you made it to this point in the video, go down into the description below and sign up to Public, where if you sign up to Public, you will get a free fractional share of your choice of about 9 different stocks, and that is one of the fastest and freest ways to make money today. However, I hope you did find value in this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.